So now everybody who's listening here,
We should have brought another one for just to have in front of us.
Right.
she can share a little bit here.
So rude.
So again, everybody, welcome to the after show that we're doing here yet. Still talking with John's Hobbies here, the great guys here that are going to be part of Motor Mania all summer long, and now part of the team. And we've got some great vehicles, right?
Mhm.
Which I want one of these. I don't know what purple, but it's kind of cool, right?
You can't do purple.
I can't do purple, so.
I think I could do something to that to make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture of the Brownie burnout truck, so you'll really like that. It's brown patina, it's kind of like and it's got our Motor Mania logos and stuff on it. So, yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. So, he does all the RC. Who's got the favorite? What's the best thing you like doing? The drag race and the off road, or what is it?
Myself,
Yeah,
I'm in the trains.
Yeah.
you're in the.
Oh, he's a
I,
train
I was gonna
guy.
say, I talked to Randy last night. My brother Randy was at the shop last night, and I told him, Boone, yeah. So, anyways, Randy brought me to your store years ago in downtown Hartford, and Randy was addicted to trains. So, and I'll tell the story real briefly, but Randy blames me when I was a kid because Randy's 12 years older than I am, and he always had models and he had a Lionel train set, right? I think everybody pretty much had
Yeah,
a Lionel,
what else
right?
is there?
Yeah.
So he had it. He still blames me because remember back in the day we had the carpeting that it had the little grooves in it. You could take your Matchbox car there. So apparently I took his beautiful train set and I wasn't hooked up, but I was pushing it like a Hot Wheels car. And he'll never forgive me for this ever. He always like, you wrecked it. He just turned 60 and he even brought up the story again last night. Can you get over it? But he won't. But I kind of figured you were a train guy because, and I've always loved. I was never. We had the set, but I love the you call it the dioramas of those. I mean, it's just amazing what you guys put together.
Well, in Hartford, we have the Automotive Museum there. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've ever visited it.
Several times. Yeah.
Have you seen the train layout? I spearheaded that project.
Should have figured.
That is a replica of Lionel's 1949 showroom layout that was in their New York factory.
That is great, and that's one thing again in Hartford where I don't think that place gets half the
No.
promotion. And we're going to try to get them to do a display at Motor Mania to promote the museum, but that is one of the coolest places in not even Wisconsin, in the country.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, the stuff there, and I mean, for you guys to be part of it, and it's right downtown there. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I just wish more people would go
We
there.
don't hear anything about it though. Like
Well,
I saw
I
on
think it's,
Facebook, there's like an event tomorrow for like a wine and sip thing there, but other than that, I don't really hear about it.
Well,
much.
and then if you're
Yeah.
any kind of car guy, his collection in that museum is absolutely amazing.
Mhm.
The
I mean,
cars
yes.
and I love the gas and oil signs and all that stuff in there.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
that stuff. I mean, I got a great collection too, but that stuff is just it's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's
It's
awesome.
bar none. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long ago did you put that in there?
Well, that was around 2004, I think.
Okay,
Something like
okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really great place. Another great thing promoting that museum, the Hartford Auto Museum, is great.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this we had 3 years now, so this is becoming an annual event. Come fall, we'll be taking down our racetrack,
Mhm.
Okay.
and we open the whole basement up. We decorate it in Christmas holiday themes, and we
Really?
have several train layouts running.
That's
We
cool.
open
I never
that.
knew that before.
Yeah, we open that every Saturday and Sunday to the public from 11 to 3. And we get so many people that come through there now, and
That is
they're looking
great.
forward to this every year now.
Oh, sure. I mean, even the trains that are at the domes, they have the train.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been down there and seen. That is, I mean, even if you take the kids down there, even the kids are not into it. They just get mesmerized by it because they just see that
Right.
going around, and that's a great thing.
Yeah, so it's a fun thing for us, and we have a small group of guys now that are picking it up and helping maintain it, because it takes a lot to maintain
sure.
this thing now. 'Cause
Oh yeah.
we just started with about 3 different displays, and now we have several different ones.
Okay.
We've had a couple donated from some families, and it just keeps growing.
So do you
That's
have
great.
a personal collection at your house
Oh,
Gee,
versus
it's at home, it's at the store,
It's everywhere?
it's everywhere.
I told you there were more people like me.
And
Oh.
how about you, Bob? Like, how many RC cars do you have? What's your setup?
Currently, I've only got 9.
Only.
Oh wow.
Only.
I only.
What are you looking at me? What are you looking at me?
I know how that goes.
I mean, granted, 2 or 3 of them are in different states of disrepair because
Sure.
with work and everything, the mechanic always neglects his own vehicle. That's pretty much what it's turned into. I mean, it
Oh,
took
for
me,
sure.
took me almost 2 weeks to get this thing back together. And clean,
So are you the one that does the repair in the shop, or do you
Yes.
have other staff for that? No, just.
It's mostly me. Every now and then we've got
Mike
will do little things here.
or I'll wrench on it.
Yeah, some of the simpler stuff these guys will take care of, but when
Sure.
it gets down to, you know, tearing into the nitty gritty, you know, I'll go get my hands dirty and rip them apart.
Nice.
Because I do all the train repair.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So-
figured.
Is that
Yeah.
still as popular as it
It's
used to be?
popular, yeah. I mean,
Really?
I've restored trains going back to 1928.
Okay, because a lot of people who watch, I mean, obviously, like the History Channel's got the American Pickers, and you'll see these
Yep.
guys go through about these crazy train collections. And some people always ask me because we're obviously in the toys and collectibles a lot, and I've got a huge showroom at my shop. And a lot of people ask me, you know, what do I do with these old trains? And a lot of people are like, nobody even likes them anymore. I said, no, there's huge shows out there, yeah, really big shows.
Mhm.
Like people
Well,
really into 'em.
He's backlogged on the repairs, so.
Oh, well, that tells you.
You know, that tells you anything.
I've been out of commission for a while now.
Oh,
I have
so-
rotator cuff surgery.
Oh.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I'll forgive you for that.
Yeah, I'm recovering.
There you go. One thing I was going to ask you is that, you know, you said you started this over 30 years, you said 30 years
Mhm.
ago?
Yeah.
What made you get into it?
Well, it was right after my divorce, and I was walking downtown and I came across a small hobby shop that was there at the time, and the guy says, "You want to buy my hobby shop?" I just was floored. I says, "Well, I don't have any money right now, you know," and he said, "Well, then forget it." So a friend of my sister, she opened up a small secondhand shop, and we were
Okay.
talking. She said, "If you have any ideas and something else I can do to add to the store here, let me know." And I had a hobby wholesaler call me up and say, "Hey, John, for this much money, you can open an account with us." Wow. So I went down by Lori and I says, "How about if I
That's
rent
cool.
a 4-foot by 8-foot cabinet space from Yashos?" She says, "Yeah." I said, "I'm going to put hobby supplies in." So I went home. I had a box of used trains. I paid $25 for it.
Yep.
I mustered together 3 different little HO sets, put them down there, and they sold within a week.
Really?
So I took that money,
Isn't that cool?
opened the account with the wholesaler,
And started
and
it.
just everything just started from there. Whatever sold, I took all of that money plus profit, reinvested in more inventory, and here I am today.
That's cool. I like
See, that's
stories
what-
like
yeah.
that.
Well, I think it's always good because you know what you get. And not mocking anything, but it's like you know most people after it's you started out with the divorce story, you know, and a lot of people come with that when they get divorced, like okay, my life is either over or you're gonna restart again, you know.
Yeah.
And you had stuff, and you just had the same thing. I mean, I started a business when I got divorced, and I was like, it's now or never. And I'm like, what else do I got to lose, you know? So it's
Yeah.
like you know you go through that stuff.
No,
and,
my beautiful wife, she supported me this whole time, the second marriage, and she's with me the whole step of the way. I mean, we did a lot of farm toy shows and
Okay.
and train shows to get the name out there and move product.
A lot of marketing, yeah.
A lot of marketing that way until we could. We opened up downtown in a 2,000 square foot store in 1996.
Okay.
And in 2000, we moved to where we are, and that's a 4,000 square foot store.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's-
very nice store.
Oh, it's really nice. I love the displays in the back. I mean, and the cool part about it is you can park in the back by, you know, when people are going to mine shaft or whatever, and you go right to the back. So you go through in the back, and that kind of takes you right away because you got the whole big Traxxas area back there, and then the front is still kind of, I guess, old school. You call it a little bit. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful downtown.
Yeah.
It is. It's just vibrant, and it's a great place to be.
Yeah.
We have a bid board that really works hard to keep the downtown fresh and looking as good as it is. We get a lot of calls, you know, where are you to the mine shaft? I said, well, the mine shaft is about this much away from me.
Yeah, because you take pride precedence on it.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you know a lot of towns, you know, like we were joking before, you know, during a regular show, we were joking, you know, I was at least about Hartford and stuff like that. And I think Hartford is really one of the best small towns in the state because you go through. I mean, West Bend has been trying to revitalize theirs for years, and it doesn't really take off that much.
Nope.
And you go through Hartford is always no matter what you do down there, a little car show or wherever like that, the streets get packed. I mean, you always have somebody walking around on there, and it just seems like the West Bend gets sparse very much so when they don't know what to do with it. And Slinger's got it a little bit, but not much. That kind of died out too. But I mean, Hartford's always been that way.
I like Hartford.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it
really
is.
nice.
Well, I live in Beaver Dam, and they don't do
No.
squat for their downtown. I
No.
mean, there's no, and a lot of the other towns I've lived in, they don't do much.
No.
They don't focus on their downtown. They just have businesses come in and do their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hartford actively promotes their downtown businesses better than any place I've ever seen.
Right, the only one I can say is even remotely close to that is Cedarburg. Cedarburg's always been a hopping area down there too, but I mean, from when everybody always thinks, Cedarburg, I guess the upper scale things or whatever down there, where we're going down there, but you go to Hartford on a Saturday or Cedarburg, they're both packed all the time, but I do like Hartford better because it's more old school. It's like you kind of step back in time whenever you're going there, because you still the bowling alley's still in effect up there
The
too. isn't it?
bowling
Yeah.
alley rocks.
Yeah, the bowling
Like
alley's still there.
nothing's been
Yeah,
changed since
Days Lanes.
1970 there.
And I hate it when people want to upgrade things to like modernize everything. I'm like, I hate it. It's just like, you used to go to McDonald's with all the fun toys and stuff, and now it looks like a library in there.
Yeah.
It's like, how do kids have fun in there anymore? Yeah, it's terrible.
So we get a lot of people that are coming in and like, well, what was over at this building, and I feel like the local historian.
Like I did this morning.
Yeah.
Yes, like you did this morning. What was that store? You
Yeah.
knew it. You knew it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You're showing your age when
I
you know
am.
it was Hollis.
Got a lot of good memories there. Like I said,
So,
my grandma took
yeah.
me there.
So, and I think we got touch base on it before. So, when did you actually meet John and start getting involved with that?
Well,
I mean, when you were a kid?
Maybe 10.
No, I came into the shop looking for parts for something
About-
8-9 years ago.
Yeah, I'd say about that
maybe
long.
10 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And it just kind of clicked from there, huh?
for the most part.
Nah,
I
we
mean-
didn't click at all.
What did you have to talk about? I don't know.
We're both grumpy old men, so it kind of, our personalities just kind of meshed, and
Yeah.
Okay.
we've got a lot of the same morals, we got a lot of the same,
Ideas.
ideas, and it
Ambitions.
just, it kind of worked. And I don't know how many times you've said, "Hey, do you want to buy the shop?"
It's time to pass the torch.
It's like
Yeah,
Super
and
Bowl.
I-
Hey, you
I-
wanna buy a
I-
hot
I-
shop?
The whole time it was like I didn't have any kind of money to do something like that, and I know that he had a couple other offers on the shop, and I was kind of bummed out about it, but they all fell through,
Mhm.
and now I'm in a position where,
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
Oh, that'd be
Cool.
that'd be great.
Really
And
cool.
I like the history of how it got passed on to you, and now you're working with him to pass it
and
on.
it's funny when he was talking about that. That's kind of almost what it sounded like. And
Yeah.
I'm recently divorced myself now, so.
Now's
Yeah.
the time.
I guess it
If
worked
that's
out.
not a sign, I don't know what is.
Yep. They always say there's, man or woman, there's nothing more, more threatening or whatever, or more demeaning than somebody who's already got down, nothing else to lose. You can only go from the top from there. So it's like, watch out, especially when they're quiet, you don't know what's going on. And the next thing they come, like, where you been the last couple of years? Like, well, I started a business. and
Bought a
so-
hobby shop.
Bought a hobby shop, yeah, and it'll be great. I mean, and it's got to be so much fun with you guys when the kids come in and just go through the store and just hang out with the kids, right?
It is. It's a lot of fun to see the kids come in,
Yeah.
and I'm like I'm seeing third generation come in. Yeah,
That's
Grandpa
cool.
always brought me here.
It's
I'll get out my walking chair now.
Yeah, Grandpa
feeling
used to
so
bring me here,
old
yeah.
now, and I'm not. It keeps me youthful.
oh, you have
have
to.
to, yeah,
It's so much
for
fun.
sure.
Yeah.
It is. It's a lot of fun to see the kids come in and hear the parents go, yeah, I came here when I was your age. And it's nice. It's nice. It's pleasant memories that
It's
they
and they're
have.
and they're priceless too.
And I'm
Yeah.
glad that I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the stuff you can get involved in and stuff, like Jess remember it with her brother, and I remember going back to my brother and stuff down there when you're going downtown. And every kid back when we were younger is the storefront, the window displays.
Mhm.
So even when you're closed, you still have somebody attracted to see what's in that window.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that's lost throughout the years of all the generation is the great window display. Because when we were kids, even when it was closed, like you'd go through, it's kind of like getting the old JCPenney catalog
Yeah.
back in the day. And you'd be like, you wouldn't care, but I mean, that book was this thick, and
Yep.
you just knew where those 10 pages were of toys, or
Yeah.
what it was. And all it was a picture of this, but the kid used to take it out and put it on his
yeah.
dresser or wherever it was. Like, I mean, that's what we did.
Mhm.
I mean, we were just amazed by just that picture of it.
Circle it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Put
Mark-
star
Circle
next to
it,
it,
yep.
yeah.
Argue with your sister, like, where's the JCPenney catalog? Like, what you had it last. It's just weird that we went through loving that stuff so much growing up, or even seeing a commercial on Saturday morning cartoons or after school about the stuff, and it's how it's all gone. And I still think with you guys doing what you're doing and all these hobby shops, I think it's great because a lot of people just think, and these kids are so easy, we'll just order off of Amazon. What do I want to go to the store for?
Yeah.
But then when they can see it and touch it, and I think it's so great.
That is something that we fight. We do. The internet has really been knocking brick and mortar stores out
Yeah.
left and right.
Yeah,
We're bound and determined to stick with it.
that's great.
And if we're the last ones on the planet, then here we are.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we hope to see that, and you know, like I said, this summer we'll get you guys back out there, and people can see it's in their own backyard.
Yes.
And we're in Washington County. I mean, everybody's around it. I mean, we're all the county owner, but we attract people from all over the country to Motor Mania. They can see what's going on, and we just want to really get them involved with more stuff. And
Mhm.
we got
Do it.
World of Wheels coming up next weekend here with Brewster Cheetah and all those guys, and they've actually got a drifting contest and all that stuff for
Oh,
their
nice.
show. Yeah, so it's really great.
Mhm.
So maybe you guys can stop out at our booth and check that out too.
I would really like that. I'm really excited to work with you guys. This
Yeah.
is-
Oh,
Well, we
that's
are
our
more than
radio.
happy to do it, and Jess is giving me hitting the old wrist, so we gotta go we gotta get out of here now, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so again, where can we find John's Hobbies at on there?
Downtown Hartford,
And
physically, or you can look them up on Facebook at John's Hobbies.
John's Hobbies, all right. Well, thanks guys for being on the show, and we look forward to
All right,
everything.
thanks for having us.
And many more to go on, so I
See
think
you
we're
in
gonna
the
clear time.
summertime.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Not before.
All right, we can get out of here now.
All right.
He's gone. Look, he's gone.
He
He's
left us.
He just left.
left.
He just left. Oh, we just record our thing, so it's good. All right.